the finals of the men's 100 backstroke. Now we had Ryan Murphy in this, guys. Ryan Murphy won this event at the last Olympics, and he won this event at the Olympics before that. So a lot of pressure on this young man right here. I say young man, but he's one of the oldest swimmers in the field. I believe he's 29 years young. And you can see him right there. Keep an eye on the diversity of countries here. We have this Italian gentleman who is the world record holder in this event. He's been 51 a couple of times. Ryan Murphy has been 51. And just like I talked about in the 200 freestyle, you can see the paces. I think Ryan Murphy made his charge too early. He was actually conservative on the underwater. In the semifinal, he blew everyone out of the water on the turn. And then I think maybe he just died a little bit, and he knows that he needs to save his legs for the end of the race. I think he tried that strategy, and this guy right here, he turned on the turbos perhaps too early because you could see him make his move. If I had a prior screenshot, look at the clock. We're at 44 seconds. I think if we saw this at 40 seconds, like maybe they were basically right here, and he would have the fastest number on the screen. He's right now moving at 1.63 meters per second. But these two guys are moving at 1.66 meters per second. And that 0.03 differential in speed, meters per second, is what allowed these guys to pass him into the finish. So when we skip ahead into the finish, you can see what that looks like right here. Now this is 52.0, and we can see the world record holder defends his positioning as the fastest in the world by winning the Olympic Games, 52.0. No one went a 51, even though a couple guys in the field have been a 52, or 51 rather. And we see Ryan Murphy get on the podium. I'm not sure if anyone has ever gotten on the podium at 3 consecutive Olympics in the 100 backstroke. Pretty remarkable. And yes, for Italia! Italy putting up the work right here. And that was pretty good. All right, we got a good question here. Here is a good question from Oliver. What is a secret of these swimmers' success? So why are these swimmers going so fast? Why are they at the Olympics, right? You know, I swim, you swim, probably watching this. Or if you don't swim, welcome. We appreciate the fandom here. But if you're wondering, why are these swimmers at this top level? Like, these times don't even seem real. Like, you get in the pool, and maybe you go like a 1:22 in the 100 backstroke, and you're like, how do these guys go like so much faster? Maybe you go 2 minutes, and you're wondering, why are they going so fast? Well, a lot of these guys and girls have been training for a very long period of time, focused on improving their technique and their capacity. This is not something that these guys just fell in the water, and then all of a sudden they're going a 52 in the 100 backstroke, right? There are tens of thousands of hours that have gone into training, refining technique, and it's really the consistency that has developed their feel of the water and their strength and their racing ability to get to this level. So if you're wondering, how do I get better at swimming? Focus on your technique. Focus on your training, being consistent. That's a lot of what I talk about here on the channel. Almost all of my content is about helping you get better, so make sure you're subscribed if you want more tidbits. But it's always fun to watch the athletes at the very, very top level and see how they can pull it off. And we can learn a lot from them, which is pretty darn cool. Now look at this Chinese swimmer. Shu, right? He took it out like an absolute train. 24.88, right? We talked about reaction time. Same thing for backstroke. From when the beep goes to when the feet leave the touchpad. And you can see in backstroke, it's actually a little bit faster than coming off the block because a lot of these athletes are basically just like falling backwards. I mean, they're not falling backwards. They're pushing themselves backwards. And that's why you can see the average reaction time is between 0.5 and 0.65. Now, when we look at the splits, take a look at Murphy. He was out in 25.0. Look at our leader, Thomas over here, 25.1. But he came back like a train. He made that final push, 26.9 on the way back. And that is really what made the difference. It really wasn't as close as like the 200 freestyle. That was a much closer race. But when you take a look at it, you're going to be able to see that it came down to that final finish. And in the last 10 meters, no one could catch him. And when we take a look back at that world record, right, look at this world record. He split it with a 25.1. And you look at how he went out. He went out 25.1. So he came back even faster when he broke this world record in Budapest, Hungary. And Ryan Murphy, think about this for a second, guys. I want you to really pay attention to this right now. Ryan Murphy won a 51.8. He has the Olympic record for the United States of America. And look when he did that. He did that in 2016. And there he is dropping a 52.3. He didn't go a best time. He didn't win the event. But 8 years later, to contend at this level is pretty darn incredible. That is a legacy as being one of the greatest backstrokers of all time.